All right, in lesson 4, 7th graders, we're going to talk about the term integers. The term integers is referring to all positive whole numbers. So the counting numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to infinity. And then their opposites, or their negative whole numbers, that are on the left side of 0 on a number line. We're only talking about whole numbers and opposites. Okay? Integers only refers to whole numbers and opposites. 1 and negative 1. 2 and negative 2. 3 and negative 3. 4 and negative 4. What are those numbers called? Integers and opposites. Okay? Now, opposites mean that they are the exact same space from 0 on the opposite side of 0. So we're talking about this space from 0 to a number on each side of the number line. On the right side, all the numbers are positive. On the left side, all the numbers are negative. And if they have the same space, they are called opposites. That space, or that distance from 0, is called the number's absolute value. Okay? Absolute value is the amount of space between 0 and the number. So when you're asking for the absolute value of a number, it's referring to the amount of space from that number to 0. And it's written with these bars on each side of the number. These bars are the absolute value bars. So this expression, this thing right here, is read the absolute value of 4. Okay? When you see this symbol with the 4 inside of these bars, you read that as the absolute value of 4. This is read as the absolute value of negative 3. And so, the answer to this is 3 because the absolute value is 3 spaces from 0. The absolute value of negative 3 is 3. The absolute value of 4 is 4. The absolute value of negative 25 is 25. And the absolute value of 75 is 75. What do all of these have in common? All these answers? Roy?
They're all opposites or the same number.
Yes, they're all opposites or the same number. And they're all positive. This is positive 75. This is positive 4. But the absolute value of a negative number is also positive, isn't it? The absolute value of negative 25 is also 25. It's also positive 25 because this is a distance we're talking about. It's not a negative distance. It's an actual distance. And so when you're talking about absolute value, we're talking about the distance from something. And it's a positive number. It's a positive amount. Okay? Let's go to your book and let's do some of the assignment together today. On page 20. Page 20. The profit. If the number is a negative amount or a negative 20, we're going to write that as a negative integer. And if it's a positive amount or a positive quantity, we're going to write it as a positive integer. So going back to that idea of positive and negative, if it's a profit of $250, is that a positive or negative amount? That's a positive amount. So number 2, you would just write a profit of $250 equals, oh, that is number 1, yeah, you're right, equals $250. That refers to a positive amount. Number 2, 18 degrees Celsius below 0 refers to a negative amount. So we would write that as negative 18 degrees Celsius. Number 3, 45 seconds before launch. T minus 45 seconds. You've heard that before? T minus 10 seconds to launch. Maybe you've heard that before. Okay? That refers to a negative amount because it's actually counting down. And so we would write number 3 as negative 45 seconds. Alright? Whoa, there's a little too much chatting right now. If you have a question, raise your hand. Or if you're contributing the answer, that's okay. Number 4. A deposit of $110. Last year in 6th grade, we had our Matsky money economy. And if you were making a deposit, that was a good thing. So that's a positive amount, 110. Number 5, a debt of $50. That's not so good. That's a negative amount. You are $50 in the hole. So that's a negative amount. Roy?
So how many? We need 3 chipmunks to do it though?
Yeah, 3 strikes and you get the extra.
3 strikes?
The extra sign.
Does that strike stay until we get 3 strikes?
No.
Oh.
It starts, each new is a brand new day. Each day is a brand new day. Okay? Let's go to number 10. Skip to number 10. On the number line, they have marked the numbers on the left side of 0 and the right side of 0. And they haven't marked every line. So, what you have to do is you have to count the spaces. The number of spaces to A is 2. So A equals 2. Number 11. The number of spaces to B is 5. 5 spaces. So B is 5. Count the number of spaces to C. Brett?
It's 4.
It's 4. What number does it refer to though? Because it's on the left side.
Negative 4.
It's negative 4. Yep. So C represents the number negative 4. Then, in numbers 13, 14, and 15, you're asked to graph those integers on a number line. So, on your number line, draw a line, and you can write 13 through 15 on your number line. You only have to draw one number line. Put 0 in the middle. And then put tick marks to represent the numbers on opposite sides of 0. The first one that you're given in number 13 is negative 2. So you need 2 spaces on the left side of 0, and you can mark negative 2. Now put a tick mark for every number, but you don't have to label every number, okay? So on the right side, the next number you have to mark is 8. So put 8 tick marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mark it with a dot. Mark each number with a dot. Okay? You'll need a long enough number line for the next number, I need to expand mine a little bit. -2, -3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, -9. Notice which one is less. The one that's furthest to the left. You could write this statement: -9 is less than -2, which is less than 8. And that's the order that they go in, going to the right. Or you could write it this way. 8 is greater than -2, which is greater than -9. Meaning that 8 is to the right of -2, which is to the right of -9. So when it says to put them in order from least to greatest, which one of these is in least to greatest? The first one or the second one? Alex? The first one. So this is the answer to the second part of number 13. Least to greatest. -9 is less than -2, which is less than positive 8.
On the test, we have to write it like that, the greater and less than sign.
Yeah, use the greater and less than signs. Yep. Get used to reading those symbols and using those symbols. Do the same thing for 14 and 15.
You said we use this.
So for 13 through 15, yeah, you can use the same number line for 14 and for 15. The second part of your answer will be different. This is the second part of the answer for number 13. The second part of the answer for number 14 will be different because we have different numbers. Yep, -9, mark for both. -12, whoop, I'm going to need some more space for -12. -10, -11, -12. And -3 is already there. And then from least to greatest. -12 is less than -9, which is less than -3. Right? Do the same for number 15. Then, skip to number 22. In this section, we're looking at absolute value. And so, you're given this symbol. And since the number 18 has these absolute value bars around it, this is asking how many spaces from 0? 18. So the answer is 18. The absolute value of 18 is 18. Number 23. The absolute value of -9. How would you write that? Nate?
One of those lines, then a -9 and then another 9. I mean,
Good.
another's
Good.
equals 9.
Equals 9. That's 9 spaces, isn't it? Yep. And so you should do the same for all the way through number 27. Okay? So your assignment will be actually 1 through 15 and then 22 to 27. I've done practice problems from each of those sections. 1 through 15 and then 22 to 27.